Laughing Vikings Live.
No,
High
but
vibe chat with actors, comedians, and creators, plus stand-up comedy, sketch comedy, and most importantly, you. That's right. Join us every Monday for new episodes, and you can be a part of the show on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch. Ask questions and interact in the comments. And make sure to share this with your actor, comedian, and creative friends so they can be a part of the show too. Can't make a live show? No problem. You can catch up on your favorite podcast platform and visit laughingvikings.com to find out how you can join the cast and crew. All right, it's time for today's show. Buckle up and make sure you stick around to the end because we have a special surprise for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Laughing Vikings Live. Happy Monday Fun Day. Let's go.
Hello, Viking family, and welcome to episode 59 of Laughing Vikings Live. It is me, your host, BK Broiler, here at Laughing Vikings HQ, and it's just me today, so you're just going to have a whole bunch of this, and ha-ha-ha, and ha's, and all that sort of thing, unless someone can bring out Lars, who is somewhere around here, I believe. It's where?
Ladies and gentlemen, freak out, Luna, freak out. Freak out. You got it here. I'm going meta right now. I'm filming this. I'm filming it on the podcast right now. We are doing it here. I used to be outside. Now I'm inside. I'm filming. This is going to be on Instagram. We're currently live. Who knows what's happening right now?
Anything could happen. What up, Joseph Simon? What up, Jim Tubey?
Ooh, what an entrance. All right, Jim Tubey, Tubinator. You just missed. Oh, no, maybe you're here for it. You didn't miss anything. Joseph Simon in the house. Look at this. We got a hot crowd already. We got Jim Tubes, Tubinator. We're up and down the 401 right now. Tubinator's in Kitchen.
And we got Adam Daniel Mazzei as well.
Kitchener. Adam Daniel Mazzei in the house. Hello, sir. Captain Lars sans sarsaparilla. Yeah, not on Mondays. I don't drink sarsaparilla on Mondays. Episode 59. That's what we're in right now?
Yeah, 59.
Yeah? We are getting up there. Oh, my alarm's going off.
It's actually my 40th episode. So
wow. All right. Did you hear that, everyone?
I just turned 40.
My phone alarm is going off right now. God, have some professionalism and turn your phone off before the podcast, guys. Here we are. And
Joseph Simon says, I bet you Lars doesn't know that we've been in a movie together but never met.
I will take that bet, Joseph Simon, and I will win it because I do know that we were in a movie together. And I do know that we never met. We were in Free Like Air, which was an Iranian-Canadian production. Boom! Ding, 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 ding. There you go. What's my prize, Joseph Simon? How much did we bet? Oh, I didn't take the wager. That was a problem.
See, you got to establish the wager first, Lars.
God,
always establish the wager first.
Right, and I'm going to be a game show host too. I got to figure out the stakes first. We didn't know the stakes. What are the stakes? I win a steak. That's what I win. Is what I.
Joseph says I'll buy your ticket.
Ticket to what?
Ticket to
I like how we're just actually talking to people who
this is
in
great.
Real time. I'm not so sure this has happened before, but
it's great to see everybody.
We also have an incredible guest that's waiting in the wings here for us today that you guys are going to meet, and he is an OG Laughing Vikinger. Aside from me and maybe Brandon, he's probably been in the studio the most and maybe for the longest. So we're in for a treat. We finally wrangled him. We've been asking him week after week after week, and he's been here the most, and he's declined us the most too. I'm putting on the spot. No, always for good reason. Always for good reason. He was like, I want to come when I got the best things to promote, and I got a lot of hot projects. So we're happy to have him. You guys are going to love him. But before we bring him on, we got to talk about some other legends. What do we do this weekend, BK Broiler?
Well, Lars, we went to the Legends Classic, We got to see the Hall of Fame inductees this year going into the Hall of Fame. They got their jackets, they got their rings, and we got to see 2 periods of just legends playing. And let me just say, Jerome McGinley can still play.
Ooh, Jerome McGinley has got a dirty dangle, as the boys would say back in the day. He looked like a PlayStation hockey player. Like he was like he was the glitch in the game where, like, if you do the move that he does, it's a insta score always. Mm-hmm. I was impressed. He was great. He got inducted. It was nice to see him. I was so impressed with how stacked those lineups were.
Yeah.
Right? Like, who? Let's name some of. So Scott Niedermeyer, Mike Modano, Eric Lindros,
John St. Clair.
Oh, we have the. You know what? We have
we have we have it right here.
Let's try and remember exactly everything that happened and not read the thing.
We can see if we could do it by memory.
I definitely can't. Andrew Poff. Oh, right. Yeah. Mike Camilleri. Mm-hmm. And I think my favorite was, what was the linesman's name? Scampanello. He was classic.
Yeah, Ray Scampanello.
I just have nostalgia towards the names because I heard them lots when I was a kid, and times were fun when you're a kid. So you're like, I remember that name. And in my head, I'm like, I know him. I saw him do things before. I know that name on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. They were legends. It was great to be in the midst of. I always like to be around like Hall of Fame people, and you're like, man, you crushed it. Like, think about how hard it is to get into the NHL. And then you're the cream of the crop in the NHL, and then you're Legends Hall of Fame. Like, that's a slim percentage of people. That's a lot of hockey.
And we'll also give a shout out to, this is the first year that they have inducted a female goalie into the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
it was a very ceremonial event. Like, it
was hard. She got basically a standing O at the place. It was the most heartfelt moment of it, and it was it's hard to believe. And then she was shouting out, is it Manon Rhéaume? Is that her name?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Back in the day, as a goalie who had an NHL, played in a few NHL games, but never before had any young girl been able to grow up and admire a female goalie in the Hall of Fame. So it's great.
Mm-hmm. It was such a great event.
Progress. And did she play as well, or
no? I don't believe she played.
No, she was taking it easy. She was like, I earned my Hall of Fame. I'm just gonna kick back and have a few drinks in the lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was great. Who was your favorite?
Like, playing?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, Jerome McGinley by far. But like, the Scott Niedermeyer shootout goal was really good though. He faked out. And the world goalie, she was fantastic. What was her name?
She was a firefighter / goalie.
No, that was the one for Canada.
Oh, I'm mixing them all up. Listen to what Brandon's saying. He knows all the details.
Molly Skoll. She was fantastic. She stopped like so many great shots from Lindros. She stopped a couple really good ones from Wendell Clark. And she had a few really great saves, big saves on Jerome McGinley, who only came into the second period. It was the last period of the game, and he really outshone everyone, in my opinion. His dangles were...
Yeah, he was faster. He was stronger. He looked like he was playing at a different level. He's probably more in shape. I think that's it. Wendell Clark, and the best part of it all, legendary. Probably the best thing in the Hall of Fame right now is the chairman of the board of the Hockey Hall of Fame is Lanny McDonald's mustache. Lanny McDonald's mustache is the greatest hockey player of all time, in my opinion. And now he's the chairman of the Hall of Fame. Just his mustache. What a legend. That may be the most legendary Canadian mustache, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it later. We'll pull this. Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
Lanny McDonald's mustache one day.
Thank you for that, by the way. Brandon provided the tickets. You and your dad won a contest, and then I got to go tag along.
Yeah, we were the loudest cheerers at the Marlies game, and we got the tickets from that. So
nice.
Thank you to my dad, Rob Knox, and if you're tuning in, thank you.
Yeah, it was great to see lots of people. Big crowd, great crowd.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of people there. It was great. All right, you ready to get this underway?
Yeah. I think we petered out on the Legends talk there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So yes. All right, let's do it. You're going to roll the clip and then I'll do the intro. All right.
And
roll the clip.
Joseph Tudor.
Who's asking?
I have a message from Archbishop Rodolphe.
It's about time. Did he say how much longer I'm to stay in this dreadful house? It's ridiculous. A man of my future standing.
Why don't we discuss that future inside?
Entrance fees.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool, really? Yeah. Wow.
But you gotta stay focused and keep your grades up.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
It's more than just grades. Image, everything. Okay? You gotta keep clean, stay out of trouble, hang with the right crowd.
No, he does. He's got a great group of fans. There's just one bad one, but he's gone.
Well, that's all great to hear because we want to build our regional campaign around Lucas winning the junior circuit. What is that?
Whoa! Look at that cloud. That looks like a unicorn.
Nuh-uh. It's a noble steed.
A what?
Noble steed when a knight rides?
How do you know?
Because I'm a knight.
Do you have an armor?
Just don't have it with me. It's at home.
Well, if you're a knight, then I'm a king.
Hey, Lil. I was thinking that...
Who's that? Honey, you remember our cousin? My cousin, Scott?
Hey.
No.
How old are these?
You mean besides the cat's ass and the flaming chicken of death?
Yes.
You know how when you first wake up, you don't even have control over your thoughts yet? And the very first thing that rushes to mind is someone else.
No. God, that would be so fucking awful.
there you go. You have his contact information.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking the OGest of OGs here at Laughing Vikings. I believe he's one of the original members. I think he just lives down the street. He's literally been here the most. And he's an actor, he's a writer, and he's one hell of a swell gentleman. And this is also a first time here on the podcast. He is the first time that we've had our guest physically in the studio with us, although he was here earlier today doing a tape, and he was here yesterday as well. He's here all the time. Please give it up for Adam Langton. Look at this.
Take it off!
Yeah.
Take it off!
We're gonna have the music.
Take it off!
All the applause. We love you, Adam. Here, I'll do it right now. Oh my God, it's Adam Langton.
Oh my God, I can't believe it!
It's Adam Langton.
This can't be true!
Well, I'm here so often, everybody.
Is that Adam Langton?
He's here all the
Whoa, bro.
time!
I'm pretty sure Adam Langton just walked in there.
If anybody out there needs an ego boost, laughingvikings.com. You can just sign up for a session. Come on in.
That's what we do. Yes, welcome. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
He's
It's been so long.
Yeah, he's been here 3 times in the last 24 hours. I
That's
would
true.
say, right?
That's true. I pay rent downstairs now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. Welcome.
Thank
Good
you.
to see things.
Thank you. It's nice to be
Good to see you.
in the studio, this
Yeah, look at
beautiful
this.
studio,
Look at this.
which I do encourage everyone to come and check out. And he mentioned I've been an OG coming here, and there's a reason, very good reason. It's because I only have to think about the audition. I only have to think about myself because I know when I show up at Laughing Vikings, I'm going to have an attentive reader who really connects with you. I'm going to have
at
great
you.
feedback on my takes. They're going to be professional. They're going to take care of it, get you in, get you out. It's fantastic. Check it out. Also,
Prompt him.
they mentioned how they were trying to get me on, but as everybody knows, you hold out for the big shows,
Right.
and everyone also knows show number 59. That's the money show.
Right.
That's the
Right. Yeah. Number 59 is going to be by far the highest bid on NFT episode.
I was waiting for it.
We're going to turn 59 into an NFT, and someone will buy it, and you'll make money off it.
Gotta make money
forever.
somehow.
Yeah. It's true though, because you did repeatedly tell us, you were like, he's like, no. What he was doing, he was biding his time, and he was like, he knew, because you know what he knew? You're very smart. He knew, he was like, the Laughing Vikings live podcast card is a valuable card, and you don't want to play it. It's like playing a trump card, not to use that name. But I hate it when I say it. I'm like, oh, I said it, but it's out there. Such a good term. But here he is. So he finally, he was like, you know what? I got enough going on that this is going to be valuable. And he's like, in one fell swoop, he's arrived. We're going to promote all his things. He's going to share a bunch of stuff with us. Look, Adam Daniel Mazet already says, get that bad boy's autograph. Here, I'm going to do it.
Anytime.
Will you, Adam Langton, as I call him, Adam Langer Niedermeyer, will you sign my Legends Classic official program?
I have too much respect for both Niedermeyer and Medano to besmirch it with
my
chicken
what
stroke.
About nothing on the backside on this guy's face? Oh no, that would be no good.
I'll sign your face
on the Adidas. Okay, we'll deal with that later. All right, we got to get into it here. We were talking earlier. We're like, this is going to be the longest episode ever, because one of the fun things about when Adam comes to the episode or comes to the studio is I feel like we always have fun banter on the way to your audition and on the way out. Like we're always thinking of sketches and little skits and sharing funny things that we saw. I appreciate you for that reason.
Yes. No, I still think the Laughing Vikings, we need to create like a web series of all of the audition don'ts. And I want to like film it like it's a VHS in the 80s and just do all the wrong things. And because I do them regularly and I need a reminder. So.
Do you have any examples?
Just play any of my auditions.
Roll it.
No, don't you dare.
We were talking the other day about how a big part of acting really is just chin placement.
Indeed.
You know, if you chin up here is one thing, but chin way back here, that's a whole other vibe right there. Switch up your chin.
I have been told by a number of agents and others that I'm a master of eyebrow acting. So I often say when I was breaking in, I only got cop roles. Cops just peeling them off one by one. And I swear the whole reason right there. See that brow right there?
It's funny. I saw that in your demo reel. You said something and then you went like that. And I was like, ooh, this guy means business.
I actually
don't fuck around with that cop.
I had an agent once upon a time tell me I needed Botox for these lines. And these are my Josh Brolin lines, man.
Right?
This is my money right here.
Those are your money makers. I have on my head somewhere. Oh, it's right there, I think.
This guy's perpetually baby faced.
People think somewhere on there. I forget what side it is, but I have a thing that looks like a scar, and it's not a scar. It's literally like a sleep wrinkle. Like when I sleep on that side of my face, and it's just
takes several days to
go away. It's not as badass. But we digress. We digress quite a bit. Should we hit him up with the 1 minute LS?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a first for the OG Laughing Viking. We'll have to put this way back in time. This episode needs to go back in time. This guy's been here forever. A lot of his life story may be being in this studio here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, I should explain it first. You have 60 seconds to explain your entire life story.
Okay.
From whatever beginning point you want and whatever ending point leading up to right now and or going into the future a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Adam Langton's 1 minute life story starting now.
Hey, everybody. So I was born in Burlington, Ontario, but raised in Waterdown, Ontario, right outside of Hamilton. Lovely family life. Loved my siblings. Loved my parents. It was all rosy. Was a huge nerd. So I fast-tracked through school. I graduated high school age 16, got out of there, went to university. And my past life, I wanted to be a professor of literature. So I ended up doing 2 MAs and a PhD, and that took up the majority of my good years. Those are gone now. But the best hobby during was to do Shakespeare for the different English departments that I was a part of. It was always great. Eventually somebody saw me do one. They said, hey, do you want to come do my show and I'll pay you money? And I said, what? Really? Money? Really? To play make-believe? Okay. So I did it. and it was great. And then I came out here to Toronto and I got myself an agent, and I act whenever they let me. But my creative writing, literary roots never left, and I've still been writing alongside at the same time. 2 seconds to spare. Look at that.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wow.
Ding.
Wow.
Nice.
Spot on the money timeline.
Well done.
It all made perfect sense. I could follow it. It was charming. It was good. Good
Took me
storytelling.
58 episodes of watching the show to prepare for this.
Adam, I think I want to go again. Let's
Yeah,
go.
we gotta go. We didn't get any of
I
that.
think this is live, right?
None of that is usable. None of that is usable. That's funny. Yeah, that was good. That was good. You didn't talk about the eyebrows as much as I was hoping to.
It
But.
takes far more than 60 seconds to talk about the eyebrows.
Right.
But no, yeah, it talks about the Shakespeare roots, which got me here, the nerdiness. I actually, originally, they brought me in because I had never acted, never did in high school, never did anything like that. Initially, the English department was putting on Merchant of Venice, and they brought me in to talk to the first years about Shakespeare's language, because it was confusing some of them. And I had to go in there and be like, no, see this? This is a dick joke. You're missing Shakespeare's dick jokes. There's a lot of them. Because everybody thinks Shakespeare is so serious and so regal, but he was often, they were performing to drunks, and they were very funny. So I did that, and they said, hey, do you want to play Bassanio? And I said, yeah. And my dream growing up was always to play Benedict in Much Ado, and I'm pleased to say I got to do that 3 different times. I think I had his monologues memorized before I actually got to play him. He was always my favorite. So I got to do that, and I still will probably remember his monologues to the day I die.
I like that you got. Were you hired to do that? You were hired to come and find the dick jokes in Shakespeare.
Point them out.
You got to be a bit of a dick joke detective when it comes to Shakespeare.
That's what
funny.
I majored in, was dick jokes. I'm an expert.
There's been a lot of them. There has been a lot of them.
So yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Here we are talking about dick jokes.
So that was your first performance, Adam, of doing Benvolio in Merchant of Venice, I believe.
Bassanio, yeah.
Bassanio, sorry.
And I had no idea what I was doing. Let's get that on the record. It wasn't until I was fortunate enough to be cast as in a different production directed by the late, great Bernard Hopkins, who actually used to direct at Stratford and elsewhere. He was a wonderful, wonderful, dear man who taught me literally everything about acting. I'd already done a couple of shows, and I was basically just faking my way through and didn't know what I was doing. And then Bernard took me and molded me like so much clay. And yeah, learned a lot from that wonderful, wonderful man. May he rest in peace.
Say his name again.
Bernard Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah, fantastic.
Sounds like a solid actor-y name.
Yes.
Bernard, and Sir.
We did.
There should have been a Sir on the front of it. Sir Bernard Hopkins.
We did Duchess of Malfi. Bernard was a brilliant thespian and director, but also had a wicked sense of humor. And I am a bit of a shit stirrer myself. So funny story. We were doing it at a professional theater. I'm actually not even going to say what city because I'll probably get put on blast. But so we were in this professional theater, and that theater, we initially had, there's a bit of a sexy sequence in the play. And the theater came down on us and said, hey, you cannot have any male nudity, but female nudity, sure. And Bernard and I looked at each other and we said, fuck that. So we changed it. Initially, there was going to be some toplessness between both myself and the lead actress. No, she was fully clothed. She was actually wearing my character's pajamas. I was nude because take that, patriarchy.
You did full Monty nudity?
Full frontal.
And when was this? In college or university?
University. Fun side story. I was still teaching. I was doing my doctorate at the same time. And occasionally students would come up to me and say, hey, we saw your show. And I had to be like, oh.
And they said, that was ballsy of you.
Indeed. Direct quote. It's like you were there.
That was ballsy. Oh, what a ballsy move on Langton, huh?
Well, Full frontal was interesting. I'm pleased to say it shorted out the part of my brain that's capable of getting embarrassed. I've never been embarrassed since.
That's why you're an actor, to play make-believe here.
Check your ego at the door. As both of these men who have watched me do commercial auditions where they ask me to dance, as both of them have realized, I have no shame.
Yeah, you're great at humiliated dad roles.
Part I was born to play.
Can you tell us back to when you were really, really young, what's your earliest performance that you remember?
Oh, wow.
And what was it?
So I did Once Upon a Time, and I was a nerdy little kid. I was small little runt, got picked on a lot. You know how like they used to say like the average family had 2.5 kids. I was a 0.5. But I did stand up. I actually wanted to do stand up. And actually first grade, when there was like a speech competition, I like switched it up on them. I did a little stand up.
Wow.
I did stuff like that. And really like corny jokes that I probably got out of a joke book.
You got any in the back of your head? Do you remember any of them?
Oh, but just like classic. I mean, it was probably like Chicken Crossing the Road stuff. I was in the first grade.
That's great.
But no, that was it. Always greatly admire stand-up comedians, but never had.
Let's get you back on stage then.
Yeah, one day.
Now you just write. He just creates all these hilarious words, and then he's like, I don't have the time to perform them.
The writing is great because it's a creative outlet for when no one will cast me in anything. I can still go to my computer. My computer still accepts me.
Yeah, and you just get to make all your own stuff.
Yeah. And
don't discredit yourself.
No,
Come on, this guy. He's award-winning too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for mentioning that.
Mm-hmm. We need to make something.
It's gonna slip you some money. Yeah. Well, I wrote a script for this funny son.
So let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's set a date.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do it, everyone. It's funny that you said that you were sort of nerdy and picked on, and I kind of picked up on that in your 1 Minute Life story. You said, I aspired to major in English literature. Like what do you want to be when I grow up? I want to be a professor of English literature. Like, that
was a good impression, actually.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Mother, I would like to be a professor of English literature.
I just love story, man. I always have. It was always I was like playing with action figures and making up like a detailed 3-act structure with my Ninja Turtles.
Ooh, Ninja Turtles. I was gonna say. Yeah. I was thinking, was it He-Man? Was it G.I. Joe? Was it Ninja Turtles?
Usually Ninja Turtles or Batman. I was big on the Batman. Story. That was what it was all about. So when I went to university, it was creative writing for undergrad, and creative writing in university is weird. The main value of it, in my opinion, is that you have a deadline every week because you're going to show up with pages, and that's great because literally the only way to get better as a writer is to write. And any good writer you admire has drawers and drawers of schlock crap that they've written because you got to get through the bad before you can find the good, in my opinion. But so then, you're just in class with a bunch of people and they all think they're the best and not you. And let's be honest, I was 18. I probably thought the same thing about me. And you fight a lot, and that doesn't help.
But you were right. You were the best.
Clear.
His words and ideas were the best.
Well, I like to tell people because, my day job is marketing and I'm a copywriter. So I'm like, hey, I pay the bills by writing commercials, but I pay the bills by writing.
What's your favorite? Can you speak on it? Do you have a favorite spot that you've written?
They don't really let you. They don't.
You don't take credit for it. You sell off your.
And if I say that, you can all just imagine it's your favorite commercial.
Right.
No, nobody wants to know because then, and also those brands would then be associated with me. Nobody wants that.
Okay, it's being modest, but they were good. They were hilarious, and they made you buy the thing. That's for sure. Right. So when did you make the shift from amateur doing things for fun to being paid? Do you remember your very first paid gig?
Oh wow. It was theater. Would have been back. It probably was still in the Shakespeare line. It was probably the second time I did Much Ado. Actually, it was probably that, and that was it. I barged in. I'm like, I did this once, so now give me money. No, but it was Benedek. I would have paid them. But no, it was fantastic, and it kind of rolled from there. Theater was all I did for a number of years until I escaped academia and came to Toronto. And I was like, you know what? If I did some like Tim Hortons commercial, that would help me pay rent. So I went and got myself an agent here, and then showing up on TV and film, and they let me. And there was the most fun in that clip you played at the beginning. There was a clip from Chasing Valentine. That was my featured lead that I got to enjoy. That was shout out to director Navin Ramaswaran, a dear friend of mine to this day, who took a chance on me on that one. It was really just a brilliant experience. I'm still friends with pretty much everybody from that shoot, and still making shorts with them too, actually.
You were if you had any trepidation about being on the podcast, you are crushing it right now. He's getting shout outs in there. He's nailing all his stories. God, this is. I'm feeling episode 59 right now. You weren't kidding. Everyone waits. It's like no. You don't want to be in episode 1,000, 100, 5,000. You want to be in episode 59. Everyone knows the 59.
It's like you've heard of the silver anniversary. What's 59? What anniversary is that? It's the sailor hat anniversary.
Silver +9. I don't know.
It's 6 years to retirement.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Is that the first stage that you can like opt into early retirement?
You know, countdown begins.
Yeah. If you can take an early retirement starting at 59. I think that's why. There's something I was going to ask you. But
so, Adam, you have a bunch of projects on the go right now. You have a couple scripts in development. Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing to progress the how you're progressing with those projects getting off the ground?
Sure, yeah. I got really lucky lately. So when I was kind of figuring out screenwriting, I just wanted to try something of every genre. See what's the difference when you're writing a horror versus writing a rom-com versus all that kind of stuff. So, and the easiest way for me to do that was shorts. And also, like, I love short stories and prose. Shout out to Alice Munro, who's one of my favorite authors of all time. What I always loved and admired about Alice Munro, don't worry.
Another shout out. I'm telling you, this is great. Yeah. We're tagging her when we flip this up for sure. Good to see you. Nice to I'm happy that you're listening.
What I love about Monroe is the story can only be 10 pages and it'll shatter your heart in a million pieces and then put it back together in a whole new way that you've never experienced before. So I love short stories because there's some ideas that are really poignant and will really make you think, but they probably didn't have the legs for 2 hours or an hour and a half. So that's what I was writing. And I was also, it's really easy when you're a procrastinator. That's the word. We're not live, are we?
Oh yeah, we're live, and we can't edit any of this. That's going down. That is going down
in history.
For history, he'll be blacklisted.
When you are a procrastinator like myself, it's a lot easier to tell yourself I can write 10 pages instead of writing 100. So yeah, I was doing that, and I just kind of had a backlog of scripts, viable scripts, ready to go. And then this whole terrible global pandemic happened. And when that was finally coming to an end and we were getting those wonderful needles in our arms, a lot of filmmakers that I knew wanted to make something. Ooh. And they just needed material. And I said, hey, you got anything? And I said, take your pick, man, just peel them off. So a few people picked some. And so I've got some shorts in the works with different filmmakers. And that's really exciting for me because I know that like most writers, I have kind of my own little, we'll call it a voice, could also be a rut. We'll see. But I love the idea of seeing how different directors and different filmmakers translate that into their own style. And that's what's so great about making films. It's the most collaborative art form there is.
Adam, how does someone go about buying, or do they buy your scripts, or do they rent them, or
with short films, you don't really make money on them, so I would kind of feel wrong charging them up front. But when you make it through Actor, like an Actor co-op or something like that, you still need to make it nice and legal. And to make it legal to option a script, money has to change hands. So actually, for every film I've ever written, I've charged one loonie, nice. Canadian dollar. And I still actually have all the loonies. I've collected them.
I'll buy one right now on the air on episode 59. I'm going to buy an official. Which one should I buy? Should I buy the one that you wrote for me?
An original. Give me a title. I'll go to
right here. This. So let this be etched in podcast stone right here.
I have a loony too, Adam.
Brandon, should we pay $2 for it, or should we buy two?
Get two scripts, two short films from Adam Langton.
It better be good or our money back.
20 pages. That's too much. 20 pages. I don't know.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about this episode where it's going to be, this was the loony that popped us all. And we all made 50,000 Bitcoin off of this loony.
Viewers and listeners, throw your ideas for a great title and I will write to your title.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun game. Yeah, you literally just say the title.
So, as for what's on the go, one that I wrote is doing the festival run right now. It was produced by Laura Tremblay, directed by Mike Donis, two talented, wonderful people who also star in it. And it's called Scattered, and that's been doing festivals. One that I wrote called Let Me, which is going to be really interesting, was just made by a brilliant filmmaker that just last month they finished principal photography. Looking forward to that. And next month we have a weird little dark comedy thriller kind of thing, kind of a genre bender called Add to Wishlist that's going to be made as well.
Ooh, what genres are you bending? Can you let those cats out of the bag?
I guess it's like a dark comedy, but we've got some kind of thriller elements.
We have a question from Adam Daniel Mazet. Was that the one that takes place on the bridge?
Yes, that was the one that takes place on the bridge, because once upon a time I brought pages from that script right here to Laughing Vikings, and we all had a little bit of a read of those lines, and that was a lot of fun, and you did a fantastic job, Adam. So that one is being brought to life, and I'm really excited to see what that particular team does with it. And then, there's one that's really close to my heart that I'm working on now, because a dear friend of mine who's also an actor earlier this year was unfortunately diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And she reached out to me, asked me if I could write something for us to star in together that we could release to help raise money for breast cancer research. So that was the most recent one. So that was in the works. And of course, really looking forward to that.
Amazing. What's the name of that one? Or is it Untitled?
Up in the air, but I know I like the title Meet Cute.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is there an event or anything or are you still is that in early development right now? Is there a fundraiser link? I guess,
breaking news. It hasn't.
Amazing.
It barely has a draft done. So we're still early in the process.
Well, please share that with us, and we'll be a part of that.
That's when I come back for another episode.
Right.
About that.
Perfect.
Seems that Jim Tooby has a loony as well, so you may be writing.
See what happens,
guys?
We're getting the commission for you.
I'm quitting my day job.
Yeah, Laughing Vikings is now your lit agent as well. We're taking 15% of those three loonies.
Name your title, Jim, and I'm on it.
There you go.
That actually used to happen. Did you know that, like, in the golden age of Hollywood, the studios would just focus test just titles
and log lines,
and whichever the title performed best, they would give it to the writer and be like, "That's your next movie." And that's how we got the classic Cat People.
Cat People.
It's a very interesting title, isn't it?
Meow. Not to be confused with cats. This is different. Cat People.
But can you imagine if that landed on your lap and you have to make a movie and all you know is it's titled Cat People? Like, so many directions to take that.
Yeah, I'd be like, finally, my opus. Finally, I've been given a legitimate opportunity to write the.
I already wrote one just for fun that fits. That's great.
Yeah. Ooh, you mean cat? Yeah.
We got a title suggestion: High Dungeon.
I like it.
Nice.
Sounds
may I throw something out here?
Rogen vehicle.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, it's a weed lounge underground in a dungeon motif. Yeah, high dungeon. Yeah. Be like, strap me up, and it's just like some kind of big vaporizer, like torture chamber thing that you get in.
We have our lead. Everybody.
Laurie Kirk says Cat People was super weird. So
there you go, Laurie.
But I can't blame the screenwriter. Look what they had to work with. Come on.
Amazing. Cat People. I gotta watch that. It's got a great name though. I mean, very compelling. Be like, what'd you go see last night? Cat People.
I gotta see that.
Oh, everyone loves Cat People. If it was like Planet of the Apes, but with cats, I'd go see that.
I didn't.
Who wouldn't watch that?
I didn't see Cat People, but I did see Cat People too.
It's not as good.
They rarely are. They rarely are.
Speaking of really cool titles and segues, how about the title Unperfect Christmas Wish?
Ooh.
He's nailing his own segues in his head. The producer in his head is like, yeah, we need to roll this segment along. Segue. It's great. We should bring you on as associate producer of the podcast here.
I demand another loony for that.
Unperfect Christmas. We're going to roll a clip.
We can roll a clip.
Oh, this is the trailer. Okay, we're rolling the trailer to Unperfect Christmas
Wish.
We have Madison O'Hara singing Up on the Rooftop.
I don't think I could do this. Of course you can. Ready?
Up on the rooftop, reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus.
I need you to drop me off at Chili's.
Luke.
He wants me to meet him for dinner.
I think he's gonna pop the question.
So what do you think of him?
Luke, he's rich, gorgeous, successful.
What is this?
It's your Christmas present.
He's totally gonna break her heart.
Right?
Perfume! You love Maddie. If you don't tell her now, you might never get the chance to.
Look, I'm just not sure that this is working out.
Are we breaking up?
Yes.
Oh, I've known you for years, and that look in your eyes tells me this is right.
I broke up with Luke.
I'm gonna tell Maddie how I feel tonight.
Oh, good luck.
This is everything I want to tell you. Surprise.
Luke.
Nothing is too much for you.
We kind of got back together.
You what?
Luke is coming over.
I can't do this. Brett, Luke is the perfect man. We're gonna find a script tonight.
He is
There he is.
totally cheating on Maddie.
I can't believe you guys did that. Just trying to help, man.
I booked you a gig at the Blue Velvet.
Record labels are there all the time scouting new talent.
Nothing I do will ever match what Luke can do for you.
Cooper.
I have to go.
Gramps, what do I do?
What does your heart say? Christmas is all about giving and sharing and doing the right thing. Maddie, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
There is someplace else that I need to be.
Let's roll.
My perfect someone has been right in front of me this whole time.
Maddie, not perfect.
Exactly. You are perfectly imperfect.
Happy holiday.
Unperfect
There we go.
Christmas Wish. Coming to which platforms?
Oh, it's going to be debuting Christmas Eve on Super Channel Hard and Home, but it's also going to be available for streaming if you have Amazon Prime channels, Super Channel, starting December 1st, going from there. And I have not even seen the finished product. That's all I've seen is that trailer. Really looking forward to it, though, because, man, making that was a lot of fun, and it's a really fantastic group of people.
We had a very fortunate privilege here at Laughing Vikings. I believe I was running your session in the back room right here, just right down that hallway, which is actually, I don't know if should we expose this right now? Here it is. Here it is. That's Brandon
Exposing the magic
in the next room. Brandon.
Hey!
Brandon, and now I'm in the back, and now Brandon is in the front.
Movie
Adam
magic.
Langton, you shot your audition for that movie. We were in this room. I remember it well. I laughed at things you did during that audition.
Yes, you were very instrumental and supportive in that. No, it was great. It's a really cute movie. I get to play Brett. Brett is the brother of Cooper, the lead male role that you saw there in the trailer. And Brett is a goofball. Brett never really matured after college. So that's why they cast me. No, and it was great just to be the comedy relief, I guess you could call it, because this movie does it has a really nice heart and a really nice message and story. And then there's also just some really wacky shiz, which is where I come in. There's a clown with a hairless cat. There's a polar bear in a tutu. There's a talking parrot. When I first read the script, I laughed out loud legitimately a handful of times. And it really was a lot of fun.
I've actually worked with Elise before.
Oh, yeah?
On a Christmas commercial. Ooh. Yeah.
No, she crushed it. She steals the show.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's super talented.
Really great.
Yeah.
So go watch it.
Yeah. Highly recommend that. So, Adam, what we like to do here is we like to put things out into the universe.
Okay.
So my next question for you is, what is a dream project that you aspire to create?
Wow. Okay. Well, on the screenwriting side, it's fun. So when you're writing shorts, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, hey, we could maybe make this. I know some people who could maybe make this. So I'm always thinking about locations. I'm thinking I should keep it just to 2 characters, not 3, money, you know. But once in a while, you write one and you just throw all that out the window. Imagine if I had a Marvel movie budget, what would I do? That kind of thing. And there's a feature script that I'm working on that it's not a Marvel movie. It's not a blockbuster, but it would cost more than I have in my pocket. No, wait. Yeah, I don't have enough.
Don't forget those 3 loonies. You have 3 extra loonies.
Thank you. We are halfway there. But so, yeah, that would be the dream, would be to like get a feature produced. And again, yeah, like it's funny. People always say, like, with why screenwriting, because things are going to get changed. Directors will interpret things, actors will interpret things. Yeah, well, if I wanted total 100% control, I could be writing prose. The reason I'm choosing screenplays is because that's part of it, and directors can make things better and actors can make things better, and I love seeing it happen, and I love hearing lines that I've written performed better than I heard them in my head the first time. And it's been really part of the thrill.
Would you or will you write a short film in prose or a feature film in prose?
I missed you guys out here. I was like, they look like they're having so much fun out there.
The gang's all here.
I was like, I got to get back out there with those guys. It looks real fun.
The shot actually looks really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah, to answer your question, No, I'm of the mind that like even a screenplay should be fun to read. It shouldn't just be for the final product on screen, because most of my screenplays will never get made, so they will just stay as scripts. So yeah, I really do put a lot into slug lines and everything you can just to really evoke some mood. So yeah, I think I do bring like a bit of a prose sensibility.
I'll buy all of your scripts for a loony.
I meant like
here
Shakespeare
today.
prose, like
my God.
verse.
Oh my God.
Would you do a movie in verse?
In verse? No, I'm kind of doing the opposite. I'm writing a weird one that nobody will like but me. That is my take on the invention. I'm just gonna we're putting it out in the world right now. It's okay. Go ahead.
This is how we do it on this podcast. People have already had their dreams come true by stating them on the podcast.
This is one about the guy, not the guy who invented the guillotine way back when, but the guy who built the first one, because he was the first, gig worker who just took this hefty government contract. Happened to be for a death machine, but because true story, the guy who built the first guillotine was actually a harpsichord maker who was down on his luck and couldn't feed his family. So nobody wanted to take the contract to build a death machine for the government, and he just went for it. And to me, that sounded a lot like a Coen Brothers film, like a Burn After Reading kind of thing. So I am writing that one, and I'm thinking it would be really hilarious if all of the clothing and the sets are correct to the time period, but everybody talks like a Coen Brothers movie. Everybody talks like it's 2021. So that's what I'm writing, and probably nobody but me will like it, but I giggle a lot when I'm working on it.
I love the idea of a guy that wanted to make a beautiful yet kind of quirky machine and just play fun music for people, and instead had to make something that cut people's heads off. They're like, no, it's not what we want. Listen to the market.
I kind of relate, because everybody lives in Toronto, whether we want to be an actor or we want to be a rock star or a DJ or an artist, but then we have to do something to pay the bills. And I work in marketing, and I hate marketing, and I always have. So sometimes, you spend all day and you get wrapped up in it. You think like, oh, I have to finish this, and it's not important. It's like a social post for a car manufacturer. It's not important. So I kind of related to this guy who the first sort of gig worker in my mind.
Interesting. He related to the guy who invented a head chopping off machine.
Take that out of context.
If you were to market guillotines, how do you think you would do it? Lifetime warranty, never needs sharpening.
It's not.
It'll knock your head off.
One fell swoop every time.
So you think that's crazy, but here's a little fun fact, and play along at home. When do you guys think? Just take a guess. Was the guillotine last used?
Oh, it was way more recent than you think.
Like what do you mean when you say that?
Like what year or
legally.
decade?
Like officially?
Yeah,
like a government official
for an execution. Yes.
Okay. Hey, there's one last week.
Well, no, because there's stories of people like inventing guillotines, and then we don't, trigger warning.
Sorry,
but like
we've gone dark here.
Yeah,
obviously these are horrible death machines.
I'm gonna say 1946.
Lars?
I'm probably in that ballpark, but I'm going to go a little later to Price is Right and say 1972.
Lars is closest without going over.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Can you believe it? They were still using guillotine into the 1970s.
Oh, it's weird. Now I feel weird to be celebrating that. That's a weird thing. The competitor in me just celebrated because I won a fun game. But the game that I won is that someone was more recently than I expected horribly killed.
And it's odd because I'll put this out there. I'm very, very against the death penalty personally, but I'm still kind of fascinated by machines of death and the mentality behind them.
It is fascinating because as humans, we have gone way out of our way to figure out things that are great. Oh, he's leaving? I liked it out here. You could have stayed.
He doesn't like the new topic for the podcast.
He's like, I don't want to be associated with this part. He's like, I'm just going to step outside while you guys are talking about death machines.
This is my backdoor pilot for my own podcast, Death Machines with Adam Langton.
I mean, it does tie into acting because there's a lot of movies that take place in medieval times or even in Shakespeare. Like think of he got his loony, everyone.
I gotta finish.
All right,
now.
We're all buying Langton scripts here. You're our move over. What's his name? Stephen. Great writer. No, that's the director. Stephen. Everyone knows. Stephen King. Stephen King. Move over, Stephen King.
Your finest work. Come to your self tapes at Laughing Vikings, because when you have a brain freeze like that, you just do another take, baby.
The writer
Just do
guy.
it again.
The writer guy. We own you for about $20. We own all your life's work right there.
Forever.
We'll just keep buying them from here.
Back to the death machines. Not to go there for too long, but it is kind of fascinating and crazy how, like, think about like horse drawn and quartered as a thing, or the machine. What was the one called where it was just like a spike coffin? You would just get in it and then they would close it.
That was the Iron Maiden one.
Iron Maiden. Yeah. What else?
I mean, I don't know.
Please.
Right.
We know you know this. We know you know every death machine. No.
I have one tattooed on my back, an Iron Maiden.
Now that would be weird.
Not true.
Not true at all.
Electric chair. That was a good one.
But I do have a tattoo of a sketch by Franz Kafka. That's pretty weird too. That's
Why
true.
Don't we electric?
So we got some more titles here. The Rack.
Oh, there you go.
The Thumb Screws. The Pillory.
What would be unexpected torture device names?
The podcast about death machines.
Yeah, this is torture. Yeah.
The pinwheel.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
The cotton candy.
The candy apple. Yeah. Give him the candy apple, boys.
I'm also a huge nerd who loves Harry Houdini.
Morning Glory.
And bios on Harry Houdini. And he used to always famously go from city to city and challenge anyone to bring any manacles or cuffs that he could escape from. And some prick once upon a time showed up and put him in manacles that had screws that screwed into his wrists. And Harry Houdini was a very stubborn son of a bitch. Still escaped from them, destroyed his flesh, and had permanent nerve damage for the rest of his days. But god damn it, he got out.
Wow. A guy was like, get out of this, and actually screwed into his arm?
Indeed.
Not into his bone, though.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there? I thought you were there.
My life story starts with being a 400-year-old vampire.
Well, probably the most notable night of my life was the night I saw
Night of my knife.
Night of my knife.
There's a torture device, the night of my knife.
The night of my
knife. And I never felt this way before. Because I'm stabbed. It is true.
Couple of bases in a tenor. Come on, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. What's the trigger warning equivalent of stab warning? Just stab warning?
I think it's still
Sometimes this is the thing about humor. Sometimes it's dark.
For a different podcast, we'll save it, but I've actually been stabbed. We'll tell that story another day.
Oh, you can't not tell it now.
I've been held at gunpoint.
You have to tell it.
Oh,
twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I apologize for that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I forgave you.
I've heard from Giant Bob, who you might know from our other podcast,
Famous
39 Drunken Disorderlies, who I believe has been stabbed 3 times.
Available on podcast apps right now.
That was a good plug. He was stabbed, and he says that it feels at first cold, maybe because of the cold metal, and then it feels hot after that, maybe because of the blood. Is that correct?
I think those are both very safe summations. Yes.
Interesting. You've never been stabbed?
I've never been stabbed.
I've stepped on a nail, so technically I have been stabbed.
Well, there we go. This is the first time.
Live on camera.
We've done a lot of firsts here. First guest in the studio, also our first stabbing.
This went weird. I would like to apologize
Never
to
again.
long-time listeners. This is why they wouldn't let me on until 59.
So,
I begged.
Adam, maybe we'll get back on track a little bit. We do have a couple more questions for you.
Have you ever been stabbed?
Have you ever been stabbed, and how?
What's your best advice for not getting stabbed?
Keep it 6
But
feet
really,
away.
what is the advice that you would give to your past artist self?
I can sum it up in 3 words. Try it all. Try it all. That's not just my past artist self, but to everybody out there, try it all. You never know what's really going to inflame the passions, what's going to capture your heart until you try. Like I said, I kind of fell backwards into acting, and I've loved every second of it ever since. Yeah, because we kind of socially we'll fall into a bit of a rut where we go to the same job every day and we talk to only the same people every day and we do the same things every day. And I'm a firm believer that you have to leave room for life to surprise you. You have to just make a little space, whether that means taking up a new hobby, whether that means traveling somewhere new, learning a new language, doing something differently. And even it could be as simple as going for a walk or walking somewhere you always do, but taking a different route. You don't know what you're going to see, who you're going to meet. You just make a little space and then life can do the rest and fill it in and you'll find something. So try it all, whether it's art or whether it's anything. You don't know what it's going to be. You don't know what's around the next corner, and it's literally never too late.
However, I would like to add just one slight suggestion for a potential edit. Do or do not. There is no try.
I'm a Star Trek guy, so
you got to do it all. Screw Star Wars. We can't say try.
Take that, Star Wars
you gotta
fans.
Just do it all. Do it all. Just do it all. Don't try. Just do it all. Did you try it all? Or
well,
did
what's
you do it all?
ironic is my advice to try it all might get you stabbed. So
try at your own risk.
That's
why you should do. So
welcome to the Stab Cast. Is that what it would be called?
Kickstarted 2 different podcasts.
Yep. Yeah. It's like Hot Ones, but instead of eating hot chicken wings, the guest gets stabbed.
Always be creating, Adam. Always
cold
be creating. Yeah. Cold hot ones.
And then you rate the knives based on that. Ooh, that one felt long.
think it
Very
was
sharp.
Almost like shark's teeth, the way that it rended my flesh on the way out.
It was a shark's tooth knife.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh,
wow,
smart. Yeah,
this guy's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's been stabbed before.
He's played before. World's most renowned stab expert. Like, my body's mostly stab holes. There's not a spot where I've not been stabbed. You ever been stabbed in the elbow? It hurts.
It's okay. Scars are cool, everybody. Scars are
cool. Do you have any that you want to show right here?
Always tell a story.
Too many.
I'll give you a quick one. Where is it? So when I was about 10, I wanted to carve the pumpkin and my mom wasn't ready, or my parents weren't ready to do it. And so I was like, I can't wait for you. I want to carve the pumpkin. So I went and grabbed the biggest knife that I thought would do it. And I didn't know how carving pumpkins worked, obviously. So I grabbed a huge like steak knife and went down, jabbed it into the pumpkin, and then it was stuck and wouldn't come out. So then I yanked it out. And as I yanked it out, it sliced my thumb to the heart, to my heartbeat, spurting, and I was in a white laundry room with white linoleum floor,
oh my God,
white covers, white walls. It was straight out like Shining. I was like, and I screamed. I was like, Mom! And I remember like the look of horror on my mother's face as she came in. She was like, oh my God, what's up? And there was already like 10 blood spurts all over the room, all because I couldn't wait to make a jack-o'-lantern. So, and I learned that I didn't need a giant knife either. I could have like probably done it with like a butter knife or any kind of serrated knife. Don't they usually use plastic knives?
Probably.
For those?
They are just words.
Safety first, kids.
Mm-hmm. Always safety first.
That's one of my scars. What about you?
It's not really seen all that much, but I chopped off this part of my finger by when I was chopping ham, and
chopping ham.
Yeah, we had to throw out the ham.
And then you ate. Did you take a bite of a sandwich and it was your own finger in it?
No, it would have been an omelet because I was chopping it to make cubes for omelet. Yeah. What about you, Adam? What kind of scar stories do you got?
I had a sternectomy when I was 13, and my sternum was removed.
All right.
And so I got a big old scar there. Fun fact, in that demo reel they played off the top, one of those scenes, I was supposed to be shirtless. And when they auditioned me the first time, I was like, well, I guess if I get a call back, they'll want me to take my shirt off, and then I'll explain the scar. But we did just the first audition. I just wore a tight black tee, and then they just booked me. And there was no second, or there was no callback. So I had to show up to the wardrobe person on the day, just like, yeah, hi, boop, boop, boop. And so they decided I would wear a shirt in that scene instead. Not because I'm horribly disfigured, but just because I was a small character. You don't want people thinking that that's part of the story, because it wasn't. And also I have tattoos. So yeah.
You're like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Right? You're like Iron Man.
That would be like, yeah, like my dream Halloween costume would be a really good Tony Stark taking advantage of the chest, putting the bit in there.
Love it.
That'd be fun.
That'd be cool. You'd be a good Iron Man.
If I could grow the the facial hair. That demo reel, seeing it again, made me miss the beard. I think I'm going to grow the beard back. You heard it here first.
A lot of firsts. Looney's flying left and right, lots of stabbings, and he's growing his beard back.
Any more titles? Leave them in the comments.
Episode 59 is a hot one.
Just clean it up.
You did. You bided your time, and you bade your time. Bade.
I mean, again, it is my episode 40, so. Like,
oh right, yeah. We
So
glossed
it
over
means
that.
something.
We glossed over that.
Hey, we got the ham
Seriously.
story in. That's
No,
all you
yeah,
want.
Yeah. Just let me tell the story about what
I waited all day to tell that ham story.
We told him if he made it 40 episodes, we could get the ham story on the air.
Yeah.
Fine. If you make it to 40, you can tell the finger story. the finger omelet. I'll have a ham, cheese, and finger omelet, please.
I'm a vegetarian. That's why.
Right. That's why.
There you go.
No, he's why specifically.
I don't eat fingers anymore. I eat plant-based fingers, but yes.
All right.
And here we are. Where are we? We have a few more questions, do we?
Yeah.
We're bringing this ship.
Why
to
don't
the port.
you
I'm
go.
the captain.
Yeah.
The captain. Aren't you the captain? No, I'm the DJ. I'm Captain DJ. Oh, this is a good one. What challenges did you have before investing into Laughing Vikings audition clubs?
Well, one of my challenges, see, I used to not live in Toronto, but I was auditioning in Toronto, and it was non-union life, and there was a whole lot of commercial auditions where you'd show up and they'd be like, okay, pretend to sneeze. Okay, thanks, bye. And little did they know I had to, schlep back to the GO train, take the GO train to town. It was a whole thing. So I was doing that a lot. So signing up for Laughing Vikings has made life so much easier. I can still do the day job and then pop over here and take care of business in the audition room. And my day job is none the wiser unless they're watching right now. Hi.
Hey, you're supposed to be at work. You're on a podcast.
Right.
Wait a second.
No, it's not live. It's live later. Yeah. Right. That's funny.
We got some more title suggestions from Adam Daniel Mazet. Cockwomble.
All right. This is not one of those podcasts, Adam Daniel Mazet.
How do you know my old porn name?
That's a band name. Didn't they sing I get knocked down,
Sweet,
but I get up
Sweet
again?
Genesis?
Generous.
Getting
Latin up in here.
Sweet generous.
Getting Latin.
I love
What
that.
does sweet mean?
It's been a long time since I took Latin, brother.
Then how did you? You knew it was Latin, but you don't know what it is?
Oh, you also speak Japanese too.
I dabble. Choto.
Yeah, he dabbles in Japanese.
去年の8月に日本語の
Can-
勉強し始めました。
Can you do our what's our like the stinger? Can you do like our media stinger to
No.
Laughing Vikings Japan? To say it like
Yeah, we wig self-tapes into
listen,
we-tapes.
Listen and subscribe. Listen and subscribe in Japanese.
Fun fact: there's no V in Japanese, so it would be Vikings. Vikings.
That sounds like English to me, though.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying with a Japanese accent. I'm saying say in Japanese. Yeah.
And I'm trying to get away from that.
Oh, okay. You're not allowed to say that? Okay. All right. Moving on. He doesn't want to say it.
Said Choto.
Choto.
All right. You know what?
We'll
Let's
work on
wrap
it.
this
We'll do
up.
that in the
That's
the
what you
next
want to
one.
do. You want to just wrap up right on a low point. That's what you
Yeah,
want to do.
yeah. Keep
that was great.
keep
That's
pushing through until
That's showbiz,
Yeah.
right? When you're,
right when you're at your lowest. Just
I'm
end it
loving
all.
it. I love it. More stabbing, they say.
Okay, so Adam, what we like to do is we like to end things off with a quote to inspire our week. We feel it uplifts us and gets us ready to get things moving and get things going and have fun. So the quote today comes from Maya Angelou. There it is. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah,
Good one.
always good to write it down. Always good to walk around with a tape recorder. These things, these devices, these phones, as people say, are great for that. Great for that serving purpose of recording
You sure
on
this
the
is your
go.
40th episode? You've done 40 of these?
That's what they tell me.
No, I agree with that completely. And yeah, I would just add to that, just do it now. Do it now. We always say we'll do it later when I have enough time, when I have enough. You're never going to get the time unless you make the time. You're never going to actually do something unless you defend that time fiercely from everything that life throws your way, because life will always throw you a curveball. So just do it now, because we do not know what the future holds. We don't know how much time we have. You don't want to be looking back. So I'll add this, my own little weird quote. Do something to impress either your 8-year-old self or your 80-year-old self, because that's really, at the end of the day, the only things that matter.
Exactly. Do it now.
My 8-year-old self was hard to please. I'll just say that.
And if you can't do it now, do it tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. If one thing's guaranteed, it's always tomorrow.
What could go wrong? No one's ever going to be stabbed. Just do it tomorrow.
It's a lot more fun with everybody in the room. It's great.
I've never not had it tomorrow thus far. I'm on a hell of a streak.
100%
I'm on a 43 and a half year old. Yeah. I've so far woken up every day and never not once been hit by a car. Killing it. Right? Shout out to everyone who's not dead. Seriously. You're doing a good job.
And if you are dead, fuck you. No.
Because all of us.
All right.
Ooh, he went real. Yeah.
Whoa.
Definitely don't mean that.
Jim
We'll see you
Tooby
soon.
says, great show.
What he means is we'll see you soon, as we all do. Yeah, we're right there with you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Monday night. Adam, thank you also for joining us.
It's a pleasure, gentlemen.
Joining us in studio, everybody.
Adam,
First guest in studio.
Adam, one more fun fact. This is a fun fact. I dug into the archives. You know how we were talking about OG. Now, this number might not be the actual total number because there was a software change at some point in the company. But what do you believe is the number? And I believe this is from May 2017. What number auditions? I believe it's all auditions. It just says transactions.
I know.
How many times do you think you've been here?
Wow, I don't know. I know it really ramped up because of COVID, but yeah, I don't know. I don't even have a guess.
Any guesses?
7. Okay.
So
237.
Oh, way too high.
Damn it.
78.
78. I'm putting Luna through college.
78 is pretty solid. Yeah,
she's supposed to get a scholarship to Yale.
Luna's the dog.
You sent in that application, right, Luna?
She wants a musical theater degree. I'm like, what are you going to use that for?
Better than English literature.
Get a real job. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a fantastic week. You want to close this out?
Listen and subscribe. Do all the things. Share this out. And make sure to follow Adam Langton and all of the rest of our guests. We're having some doozies. And just remember episode 59 forever, because this is going to be the hot one. This is going to blow up on the NFT spaces. Look at
this beautiful picture right now.
Yeah. Right. Bye. Everyone say goodbye. Should we give the close-up?
You mean lean? Is that
lean
the close-up?
in. Yeah.